many people are upset because housing prices are at an all-time high, and many people feel that because house prices are somewhat unaffordable, that it has made their life bad, and they're upset, they're angry. However, I remember in 2008 when the housing market was crashing and houses were cheap, I don't remember people being happy. I remember people hating their house, hating the market, trying to sell but not being able to sell. And they blamed the fact that their life is bad because the housing market is down. You know, society is funny. In one sense, I want to be honest, the house prices have gotten too inflated, and it is a problem. And I am in the house market, so I can speak from experience. But I can tell you also, I can speak from experience. I owned a house when the housing market went down. And one of my neighbors was saying, Sam, I was fighting as long as I can to hold off on the foreclosure, but I just can't do it anymore. And she got foreclosed on. Part of the reason the housing market is so high is because for 2 years during the pandemic, foreclosures were forbidden. And because of low interest rates, etc., we know all the stories that housing went for a boom. And I think it will level out. Whether or not it crashes again, I don't think anyone knows that. That's hard to tell. But again, your life is your daily routine. You know, what you do for work, how you manage your money. Do you gamble or do you do drugs? How you take care of yourself and your relationships. What I learned in life is owning a house is an asset allocation. And if you make your house your everything, you're never going to be happy. You're always going to be angry. When housing is cheap, you're going to be upset. Why? Now you can't sell your house. Now you owe more money on your house than it's worth. I've been there. That's my experience. Okay. And I could tell you when housing market goes up, okay, you're going to say it's unaffordable. Either way, it's a little bit of a wash. Here's why. If you own a house, okay, and the housing market goes up and you sell, well, what are you going to do? You got to go buy somewhere else. If you own the housing market, if you own and the housing market goes down, yeah, houses are cheap, but you're going to sell at a low price. So it's like either way, you know, if houses are cheap, you're going to be not have as much equity in your house. Now, if you don't own a home, okay, and house prices are cheap, that means the economy has gone down. So if you're in a recession, you're worried about your job, not buying a cheap house. And that's what it would take for housing prices to go down, a major recession. Right now, there's 2 jobs for every unemployed person. Have you taken the promotion or have you taken a break out of the workforce? You know, look, I acknowledge, because I'm in the housing market. Housing market is low inflated, but it's, you know, you got to go back to what are you doing with your daily routine? Okay, what are you doing to increase your income and decrease your expenses and save and wait for the right opportunity? That's the question. You know, because if you think like, oh, even if you get a cheap house, what are you going to do? Just sit in your house and that's the rest of your life? You're going to complain. What do you do with your day? You know, again, you know, I say that a little bit with hesitation because I recognize there is pain out there. I'm in the housing market. I'm single with no pets, no kids, so I have more luxury. But did you choose to have kids and a wife and pets? Do you have family? Are you huddling your money together? Okay. If 2 people work in a household and you both make the average income, $50,000, you got 100 grand. You know, but you're choosing, you know, you're choosing. Do you want to be single? Do you want to be in a relationship? How many kids do you want to have? How many pets do you want to have? Do you want to travel or do you want to live in your house? Do you want to, you know, it's all how do you want to live? How do you want to live? How do you want to live? If you want to live in a house, I get it. Increase your income, pick up a side hustle. I worked a 2nd job and a 3rd job when I owned a house and still doing it when I don't. Okay. So yes, I can speak from experience, not from theory. Okay. Owning a house in a regular economy, in a down economy, and an up economy. Okay. And not having a house in all 2, pretty much. So bottom line, what do you do for work? Are you picking up side work? Are you decreasing your expenses? Instead of getting a nice big pickup truck, 70, you know, 50,000, whatever, are you getting a smaller car? I had to do that. Are you downsizing your stuff or do you want more stuff? You want more stuff and a cheap house and you want to get paid good and you want to do less. You know, it's like everything's an equation. Okay. So again, there's a real thing with the housing pricing being unaffordable, but there's a real thing. There's 2 jobs for every unemployed person. It's a real thing. You can pick up a side hustle and downsize without owning. It's a real thing that you can live your life every day. And you don't need a house. Okay? If you want to own a house, great. Go for it. Do what I just said. Okay? But again, you're not going to make any money on a house till you sell it. Okay? So you're going to spend more money to get into a house, the down payment, insurance, everything. Even if the monthly payment's the same, you're going to come out of pocket more. So you're basically saying, I want to buy a house so I can lose more money and never make it back until I sell. Because that's the only time you make money on a house, when you sell it. Okay? Oh, you want house prices to be cheap? Okay. Recession. Now you bought a house. Now you can sell it in a low economy. How you like that? Yeah. So that's what I mean, guys. You just got to remember, get off this mindset of, I'm angry, I'm angry, I'm angry. Focus. What are you doing? What can you control? Okay. And how are you choosing to live? With a lot of kids, with a lot of pets? You want a big house? You want a small house? What are you doing now? Are you watching this? Are you going to leave a set? Do you just watch videos and leave comments? Focus, focus, focus. Okay. And don't hold on too tight to anything in this world. Why? Hey guys, God forbid your kids die. God forbid, you get hurt. So, but God forbid, you worry about everything and you never live life. And you worry about waiting for a cheap house and you're going to die. And then your kids are going to fight over your house because they don't want your house. That's the type of life this is. So take housing with a grain of salt. For the very poor and disabled, there's subsidized housing. And some of them don't even want to live in a subsidized house. I want to tell you this, guys. You can't have it both ways. You can't do nothing and get everything. And you can't have everything, okay, and expect everything to be cheap. What's important to you? Okay? What do you want to do? How are you doing it? Manage your day. And then the rest is personal preference, okay? But, that's kind of my experience in life. Okay? Hopefully this video helped. If it did, click that thumbs up. Click that blue join button. You want to support the channel. And I will see you in the next video. Peace.